Today we are going to be talking about the hype new frog deck that has been taking Edison format by storm, which is, of course, Machine Frogs, a deck pioneered by Roanoke, I believe, which includes a Machina package with some machine stuff and the frog engine, of course. So, a really, really cool take on the frog deck. There's a lot of people in Edison format who hate on frogs, and I'm really not one. Like, I guess I can understand if you hate, like, some old style, just frog monarch deck that's really slow and just makes one monarch play per turn with, like, Soul Exchange, maybe, or Vanity's Fiend main deck. But those, like, very linear kind of frog decks just aren't viable anymore because they just get tempoed out by all of the, hyper fast, mid range, aggro type of strategies that are really prevalent right now. So all of the modern like frog innovations rely on sort of compensating for the slow nature of frogs, compensating for that weakness by plugging in some kind of like engine that can allow you to make additional plays per turn, like Miracle Fusion with Hero Frog, even Dark Simorg, as we featured on the channel before. And this one is of course using the Machina package, so you can do your frog stuff, then just drop Fortress, which is a really powerful boss monster. Kind of similar to Frog Hero, actually, where you just do your play and then also have a Miracle Fusion if you need. So, pretty cool. I think overall this deck is really interesting. It's playing Sphere of Chaos, if you didn't notice, which is a machine-type tribute monster that lets you add a level 3 monster from your deck to your hand, in this case being Junk Synchronic Card Trooper. So you can like search Card Trooper to put you up to 8 stars of machines in your hand if you have one of these 5s, so you can get out Fortress. You can grab Junk Synchron, make a follow-up Synchro play next turn. Can even go for Junk Warrior, Junk Archer, which I've added into the extra deck here. There are a few differences between my build and the more conventional ones, I think. Earlier I was playing a build that didn't have Sidra, and I think Sidra is super important, actually, after testing. I was playing some like weird garbage with Allure of Darkness and something else. That was definitely wrong. First of all, you want all your darks in your hand in here, so yeah, I don't know why I did that, but second of all, Sidra is just insanely important, I think. First of all, it puts your machine count at an acceptable level to be running the fortresses in the first place. Second of all, it's just a crazy card, like, in general. And it can, like I said, help alleviate the sort of tempo swing problems that frogs have, just being able to put a guy out there. It can maybe facilitate a Monarch play or something as well. So, just a really powerful, all-around good card in here, I think. Also, I run Tragodia. Anytime I Carpathify a deck, Tragodia and Triple Phoenix Wing are probably going to be included. I'm a big fan of Tragodia. I just like it in everything. I think it's an insane card, so a lot of people kind of sleep on it, I think. It's just like way worse than Gores. It's not really way worse than Gores. It's like maybe moderately worse than Gores. I don't know. In a lot of situations, it's better than Gores. I'm a big fan of Tragodia. I played in everything. Also, as I mentioned previously, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. A lot of the frog builds play Geki Break. The only conceivable reason to do this is because if your opponent controls no cards and they just activate MST and target your Phoenix Wing or your Geki Break, you could chain it and pitch Treeborn to get it out of your hand. But like having Treeborn stuck in my hand is just not a problem ever. Like maybe in Hero Frog I could understand, because you have like Malleys that you really, really want to get to your graveyard, right? But it's just like, I don't know, it's not like an issue. Phoenix Wing Wing Blast is such a better card than Raigeki Break in every single conceivable way besides that, where it's just like, is it really worth it to play Geki Break just because of the like weird scenario where it's chainable to get something out of your hand? I mean, I don't even know. Getting Treeborn to grave is so easy, and Phoenix Wing is just such a superior form of removal. The fact that it bounces things to the top. I mean, there's this card in the format that sees a lot of play called Stardust Dragon that means that every Raigeki Break you draw from that point on doesn't do anything. There's also the fact that spinning cards to the top is just so much better than destroying them and sending them to the graveyard inherently. I mean, things float, things can come back, things can like fuel boss monsters or whatever. I mean, it sets people back a draw phase depending on the situation. That can be good. So I just really prefer Phoenix Wing over Geki Break. Anyway, also through what are these, like hand spells from Strike of Neos into the side deck. They're basically like Change of Heart for different monster types. The reason you play them is because Sphere can search them because they're level 3. But otherwise, pretty standard list, not too far off. I guess I maybe should justify me being only on 2 Swab Frog. Dimitri who's a teammate of mine, and I have just been like wondering, like maybe in decks where Treeborn isn't just super hyper important, Swap Frog is actually just superior at a ratio of 2, because it's like redundant when you have multiple copies, and you already have a bajillion ways to get Treeborn engraved with triple Substitute. So I don't know, a little iffy on this, but I needed to make space for Tragodia, so it had to be done, you know. Also, I think Unifrog is a crazy card. Maybe more Frog builds just auto straight up main this card, but like I said, this list is really tight, not a lot of room, so a lot of things had to be cut. Anyway, yeah, definitely a really powerful deck, really cool deck. One I've been meaning to try out, so we're going to show it off. Let's just jump in and look at some matches. I think I played 2 against one guy, so I figured I'd just show off that replay so I didn't have to click between replays. So we're going to be going first. Yeah, we win RPS. We've been killing it at RPS lately. It's because we don't have Keegan here trying to coach me. Definitely much better RPS without his toxic influence. Anyway, we're going to be going first. Here, I think I make a mistake. I think my thought process here was we don't need to go straight for Treeborn because we have like other ways to facilitate Caius. But we just hard drew both our dupes, so there's like no point in holding on to the Substitute. I mean, yeah, it was a dumb play. We rip Storm off the top, which opponent kind of just set 2 without protection, so they do get owned there. We go for the Caius attack. They're in a really bad spot with double debris in their hand and no fuel. They set Plagues, hit MST. We Caius them again, they scoop. Got it. As a side note, I hate how DB cuts off the end of replays. Very annoying. Anyway, game number 2. We summon Swap Frog. We hit in. I figure if it's Raikou here, it's really good. If it's Hamster, it's not the end of the world, so... And it was Hamster. I just go for the Trap Dutch Shoot. I don't think they're going to fall for me holding it here and try to Raikou it. Yeah, I just don't think that's going to fly. They hit in. We go for Gear Frame. They bottomless our Gear Frame. Yeah, that was a strange play, actually. I don't know if you ever should bottomless Gear Frame in that situation. I feel like you always just wait for Fortress. Maybe they're thinking, did they have their brain control or did they top deck it? I don't know. They make a very odd play with the brain control, though. I feel like they should have just attacked and then tribute summoned the Titanial. I get super greedy with my Gores here, by the way. Probably should have just dropped it after the first attack, because there's just no way we're killing right here. I just don't see how it happens. I mean, we go really in, and we're still just dead to a lot off the top here, like if they boarded in Sidra or something, so... This seemed like just way too greedy when I probably could have straight up won the game. Fortunately, Crow's going to save our butt, so it's going to be end of that game. Going on to the second match. Okay, here our opponent's going to get sacked by Heavy again, but it's like there's no... They set 2 into Heavy again when there was just straight up no reason to, because the Avarice was just a bluff. Like, isn't it better to just play into MST or whatever in that situation? I don't know. Here they go, Drill Warrior. I think they maybe could have started Drill Warrior looping me here, but they opt to Caius the Gores instead. Also, they didn't tribute the Titanial to negate the Wing Blast, which is a little odd. Because now they're top decking Titanial, and that's basically setting them back a turn. Here we go for the Sphere. We get the Trooper. Is there a Fortress in play? Oh, no, wait. We can search one with Gear Frame. That's why we went for Trooper. Anyway, we go for Caius. That's going to be GG. Going on to game number 2 of match number 2. Opponent opens Consecrated Light. I am not sure why they sided this in. I'm a little iffy on this as a side deck card, just period. I understand it's a kind of value-heavy meta game right now, but... I just don't know about Consecrated Light. It's maybe in a deck like Fairies or something that plays Shining Angel, I could see it as a one-off. But in any case, you definitely shouldn't bring it in against this deck. Maybe he's just thinking it stops like Caius or something, but I feel like you play as many Darks as I do here, so a little odd. We go for the Gear Frame into the Fortress. I think we just drop the Fortress and our opponent scoops it up. So, yeah. Those were both matches, very quick. I think... Opponent maybe made some questionable plays. I don't want to flame too hard, of course, just a DB rando. No big deal. But I think this deck's very powerful. I think it's definitely a really interesting option. for a direction to take the frog deck. If a frog deck's going to be good, it definitely needs to be doing something like this in terms of incorporating some other like engine that allows you to make additional like pushes in a turn. So Machina one, not a terrible way to do that. Definitely very interesting deck. So hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile and the sort of commentary and all of that. I think it's a really cool deck, so definitely fun to show it off. Anyway, I'm going to be going for now, so be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. I'll be back tomorrow with another video, so look forward to that. Peace out.